think this? What day is the Lord's day that you've been taught? You go to church? You go to church some. So when you was coming up, what day did you go to church on? So is that what God said the day is? Exodus 28. Is that what God is that God's day, or is that something that you just been taught through tradition and through your pastors? So read what you got. Exodus 28.
Exodus chapter 20 verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. So we got to remember the Sabbath day. So God obviously knew that we was going to forget what day the Sabbath was on, because we was going to get changed through the council of Nicaea. You know what I'm saying? The so-called white man changed times and laws and all of that, right? With the new calendars and everything. So it was obviously going to be changed. So read on. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
So 6 days say you do labor and all your work. So you got a phone on you? All right, so look, somebody get the phone out and show them what day is the first day of the week. And we're going to count it up. We're going to count it up, because what is the first day of the week before he show it to you? What do you think the first day of the week is? It's Sunday. So if you already know the first day of the week is Sunday, why you go to church on Sunday? Make that make sense, right? If we already know, if we smart enough to know that the first day of the week is Sunday, and you count up, and the Lord said the Sabbath day is the 7th day, why do we continue to go to church on Sunday when we know it ain't right? And like I just asked the brother about the Surgeon General warning, he know it's bad to smoke cigarettes, and God told him, and he still gonna smoke them. We gotta stop doing it. We gotta stop going against God. Read it and finish it out.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt do. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gate.
So on the 7th day, the Sabbath of the Lord, we're not supposed to do any work. I see you got a bag in your hand. You went and bought something. That's another way that we're supposed to keep the Lord's Sabbath day holy. We're not supposed to buy or sell on the Sabbath day. Give me Nehemiah 10:31. See, these are all things that we had to be retaught, because coming up, from being a little one all the way up to now, we've been taught lies. We've been taught that the Sabbath day is Sunday. We've been taught that it's okay to buy, sell, and cook and do all these things on the Sabbath day, but that's not keeping the Lord's Sabbath day holy. Matter of fact, going to church on Sunday is the worship of another God. That's idolatry. So we got to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments and keep it as thus saith the Lord. Read what you got.
Nehemiah chapter 10 verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals.
So if the people of the land, the other nations, bring ware, which is clothing, or any victuals, which is food, which is what you got. Read.
On the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy of it.
So we're not supposed to buy or sell on the Sabbath day. So what else are we not supposed to do? We're not supposed to work. We're not supposed to buy or sell. Can we cook on the Sabbath day? The Lord said we're supposed to cook the day before. Friday is the prep day, because from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown is the rest of the holy Sabbath. You got that? Exodus 35:3. Exodus 35:3. Because we're not supposed to kindle any fire upon the Sabbath day. But that don't mean you can't heat your home up so you can stay warm. It's just saying you can't cook any food. You got what I want? 35:3. I know that wind blowing, I know it. So, we're not supposed to cook on the Lord's Sabbath day. And then we got to congregate. We got to get around like-minded people so that we can continue to grow. We got to continue to learn the law, statutes, and commandments and grow in the spirit. Read what you got.
Exodus chapter 35 verse 3. He shall not kindle no fire on the Sabbath day.
So, you can heat your home up and stay warm, but you're not supposed to cook any food. There's several things that you can eat on the Sabbath day they don't have to be cooked. You got pasta salad you can cook the day before. You got cold cut sandwiches, you know what I'm saying? You got chips, all things of that nature. It don't have to be hot. One day ain't gonna kill you not to eat hot food. Especially now if you cook something, the Lord will kill you for that. But it ain't gonna hurt you, you know what I'm saying, eat cold food one day. You got cereal, you got all types of things you eat. So we gotta congregate. Give me Hebrews 10:25. Hebrews 10:25. Because all the churches around here, they go to church on Sunday, right? So how you gonna get around somebody that's like-minded, that wants to know the truth, that wants to be right with the Lord? You gotta get around like-minded men. You gotta get around the men in purpose. We out here teaching the God's statutes, laws, and commandments. And obviously we're gonna have the school open on the Sabbath day. So we meet every Saturday at 2 o'clock. So you gotta come down and check us out, bro. That man right there with the white beard, he traveled from that way. He traveled from this way and come to the school every Saturday. You gotta get like him, man. You gotta come get with us. Read on.
Hebrews chapter 10, verse 25.
Bro.
Not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another. And so much the more as ye see the day approaching.
So we gotta congregate. We gotta be around like-minded people. We can't be like we used to be. Like, I know myself, I ain't really deal with a lot of people, but we can't be like that. God said we gotta congregate. We gotta get around like-minded people. You know what I'm saying? So you love God. How you love God? How you show God you love Him? Say what? Praise the marriage chance you get. Okay, so let's get the definition of what God said love is. And then I'm gonna put you to the test. I'm gonna see if you truly love God. We're gonna see. 1 John 5:3. Give me 1 John 5:3, and then have 1 Corinthians 11:3 ready behind it. I know you gotta go. I see your posture saying like you ready to run off. Okay, hey, we got you.
He told me 2 minutes. About time.
Hey, look, the Lord gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? The Lord trying to deal with you. So read that.
1 John chapter 5, verse 3.
Bro.
For this is the love of God, that we keep His commandments, and His commandments are not grievous.
So this is how you love God. You got to keep His commandments, and His commandments are not hard to do. So we're gonna give you a simple commandment. We're gonna see if you love God. 1 Corinthians 11:3. We're gonna show you the hierarchy of how God set things in order, and then what you're doing that's sin right now. It's simple things that's sin. Matter of fact, we got read it.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3.
Bro.
But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
So you agree with that? The head of man is Christ? All right.
And the head of the woman is the man.
So the head of the woman is supposed to be the man. He's the head of the household.
And the head of Christ is God.
So you got God, Christ, man, woman. That's the hierarchy. That's how God set it up. Read on.
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered.
So praying or prophesying. When you praying or prophesying, these scriptures got prayers and prophecies all throughout the Bible, right? So when you in the midst of prophecy right now. So every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, what?
Dishonoreth his head.
So you dishonoring Christ right now because your head is covered. So what should you do to show Christ that you honor Him? So what you gonna do, bro? All praise. Now keep it off. So give me Luke 15:10, because see you how these men out here clapping for you because you repented right then. The angels in heaven doing the same thing. They throwing a feast for you right now because you showed repentance with that simple thing right there. Luke 15:10.
Luke chapter 15, verse 10.
Bro.
Likewise, I say unto you, there is joy in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner that repented.
All praise. They up there throwing a party for you right now. So let me ask you something, bro. You can grow a full beard. It look like you shave it down or something, though.
I never tried.
Why you do that?
I don't like it.
You don't like it? Let me show you in the Bible that God said you're supposed to have a beard. That's your manly badge of dignity. Because when you look at the animal, the lions. Okay, so how do you tell the difference between a male lion and a female lion? So what? The male lion got a mane, right? The female lion ain't got that. So that's how you tell the difference. Now, we got a lot of women out here that want to be men now. Let's keep it real. A lot of men out here want to be men. And they going to doing what? They putting fake beards on, they putting mustaches on. All that can be done in the beauty shop. But you can grow one naturally because God made you like that. So why you ain't trying to grow your beard, bro? That's the law of God. It's a simple law to keep. Matter of fact, when you try to shave it down, you get hair bumps. It's irritating. You know what I'm saying? It hurt. So why not just grow it out? Read what you got.
Leviticus chapter 21, verse 5.
Bro.
They shall not make baldness upon their head.
So if you go on bald naturally, you know what I'm saying, just do it even all over, you all right. The Lord said don't make baldness on your head. Don't do the Michael Jordan. Don't take a razor and shave all the rest of it off. You see what I'm saying? Read on.
Neither shall they shave off the corners of their beard.
So don't shave your beard. You can line it up, you know what I'm saying? You can trim it up, you know what I'm saying, make it look nice and neat, but don't shave it off.
What is the nation? Nation is men leading by example. is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. And